and it's a religion, but it's run like a business. I think you have to spend about at least $300,000 to learn all you can about Scientology.
360,000, I believe, at the latest estimate, to get to OT8, which is the highest level of Scientology.
And we are also protesting that if anyone is critical of the church, they are open to be attacked by the church if they find out who you are. In 1968, L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who founded the religion, he put out this order that says anyone who is an SP, which is a suppressive person, which is anyone who is a critic of the church, is maybe deprived of property or injured by any means by any Scientologists, without discipline of the Scientologist, may be tricked, sued, or lied to, or destroyed by any Scientologist.
In layman terms, basically, they can have it go at you any way they feel like at the time. It does sound very conspiracy theorist, but it does actually happen, and there are many documented cases of it happening. Probably the biggest one is obviously Paulette Cooper. There are other ones that obviously have not reached the media that well, so people don't know that much about them. One of them is Graham Berry, who was a lawyer who was involved in a case against Scientology. He for the last 10 years has not been able to maintain a bank account. He had his car repossessed by the church, and when he went to visit his family in New Zealand, he was followed by PIs hired by the Church of Scientology. He's actually living in America at the moment. So, yeah, it's a bit odd, I'd have to say.
So these are the reasons, more or less, for you guys keeping your anonymity here. Like, what ways did you guys go around keeping yourselves anonymous?
Mostly the masks.
Yep.
The masks obviously help a lot. It's not like a intimidation thing or anything like that. We like to, we don't want our family getting followed and harassed and so forth to stop protesting. It's very much a silencing technique. They try and make you stop protesting so that you can't, bring out all this awareness.
So yeah, every month when we go to protest, we have to wear masks to protect our identities. We can't use our real names. Lots of us, we bring changes of clothing. We bring, we go through all these really, really long ways to get home just in case we were followed. Because all around the world, I think there was some people in Sydney, people were followed by going home from the protests with these people with these big telephoto lenses on their cameras, and at every protest everywhere there have been people with these huge cameras trying to take our photos with the masks off.
Yep.
And if they find out who we are, they've sent out these
letters from a law firm they retained called Latham and Watkins, I believe, and they're sending it to people they believe attending the protest, saying, hey, you might be attending these protests and we think it's illegal, and then they pull out this bomb threat that they've claimed that we made. However, it's actually been proved that it's not actually made by us. Can I go into a bit of a background?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. About 2-3 months ago, when the actual protest started, a video appeared on YouTube saying that there was going to be a bomb placed in every Church of Scientology in America. 5 grams of nitroglycerin, apparently. This video was flagged by hundreds of anonymous members as being a fake and being, obviously not from us. It was removed within hours by YouTube. They then, before, I think it was March 15th, they filed a suit to have the protest, stopped in Clearwater and so forth.
It was a restraining order.
Sorry, a restraining order.
Against a group of people called Anonymous. That was on the actual sheet.
And
restraining order.
Part of their evidence was a high-definition copy of this video. Now, for them to have a high-definition copy of the video, that would probably indicate that they actually had the video to begin with, and so they made it.
Yep.
There's plenty of YouTube videos debunking it and saying, this is actually made by them kind of thing. They've used the graphic that was in the video several times on some of their websites. But, yeah, it sounds a bit odd, but that's what actually happened. So the bomb threat thing was obviously not from us, and the media hasn't really picked up on it, so we'd like to make people aware of that. Yep. Is there anything else you wanted to go into right now about the bomb threat?
They have had a history of faking bomb threats on their own churches. There was this, in America in the 70s, Church of Scientology had this operation called Operation Freakout, where they planned to fake a bomb threat on themselves and blame this journalist who was doing a story on the Church of Scientology.
Paulette Cooper, who wrote the first book critical of Scientology, so she pretty much bore the brunt of it. Most recently, not Paul Sweeney, what's the name of the BBC? BBC's Panorama basically did a article on Scientology, and their reporter, while he was doing the report, apparently he sent a bomb threat. They claimed he sent a bomb threat while he was attending not an anonymous protest, but a protest by some of the old guard critics. And this bomb threat was made from a internet cafe down the road kind of thing. Nothing ever came of that. There was no police reports filed or anything like that. Then in the last few months they filed, I think it's 6 bomb threat complaints, mostly outside Clearwater and the New York office. The New York police actually had to attend a bomb threat, and it turned out that it was just a suitcase with some old homeless guy's stuff in it, and they detonated the box. So I kind of feel sorry for the guy's box, but yeah, it had like a Bible and a few clothes in it. So I'm not sure how that comes to a bomb, but maybe this place smells a bit. I don't know. But yeah.
So you guys are members of Brisbane Anonymous.
Yep.
What sort of relation do you guguys have with other anonymous groups around?
Group. Yep. We're organised that way so that we can respond quickly to threats and that sort of thing. Say if our main site in Brisbane went down, it would be up within a couple of hours, and everyone would have been informed of where it is.
Yep.
We are on very cordial relations with other states, other countries.
Yep.
Most of the organisation happens on a forum called intobulation.org. That's where most of the planning and that sort of stuff goes. But obviously, local groups have their own say. We can say what we want to do. We do our own mini protests and that sort of thing. Most recently, on the 19th and 20th, they had a big push to sell Dianetics.
Yep.
We went down and we informed people who were talking to them how it was going. So we're really out there with the other members. We have really good relationships with them. We've got great communication channels between us.
So what are your main methods against Scientology, in your campaign against them?
Well, probably the biggest one we've got is public awareness. So we're really working with the media and other independent media groups to try and get the word out there.